Alright, Shalom. First, I'd like to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'asham Yahushai, Ba'asham Kodash, double honors the apostles, and others of great millstone that rule well, and peace and salutation to the Aki around the world that pushes truth to the four corners of the earth, right? Thanks to Yahweh for me, Trinidad Camp. I said I go through a few scriptures and entitled it, Avoid Chastisement. Yes, I've titled it, Avoid Chastisement. Correctly and truly, as the scriptures say. Let me go to the precepts. Right? I'll start with this Deuteronomy 28, verse 45. It says, Moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee, and shall pursue thee, and overtake thee, till thou be destroyed, because thou hearkenest not unto the voice of the Lord thy power, to keep his commandments and his statutes which he commanded thee. And we know that is the reason why Israel constantly went into slavery, and even to today why we're still in slavery, and also why we just be often chastised for a lot of things that we just do, right? And when you come into this truth, you'll realize that, as I heard like one of the elders just say, when you come into the truth, your life is already be complicated. Don't make it more complicated, right? You're supposed to be trying to do the things according to the scriptures, right? To avoid having problems with the Lord, right? You can't be in the truth and you actually know the correct thing, and you're still willfully and knowingly doing the wrong thing. You understand? And bringing calamity upon yourself, right? All that goes back to what rehearsing the righteous act, right? Doing those things that the Lord delight in, and not looking for further punishment on the back of all the things that you had to pay for even before you come into the truth, right? So it's I'll go to second stress. I go to second stress size. I think it's 7 somewhere around 19. Yeah, second Ezra 7, I'll start from 19. Say, and he said unto me, there is no judge above power, and none that had the understanding above the highest. Because the Lord created a perfect system. Whether we might agree with it or not, or even fully understand it or not, he created a perfect system. You understand? And his system is what? Say, what you sow, that you shall reap. Right? It say, for there be many that perish in this life because they despise the law of power that is set before them. Right? It say, for power had given straight commandments to such as came, what they should do to live, even as they came, what they should observe to avoid punishment. And when you actually have the knowledge, because we know these tutors here, they don't have the knowledge, so they will forever be punished until the kingdom comes. You understand? Because they will constantly be doing things that is displeasing to the Lord. But for us who are in the truth and actually know the correct thing, you're supposed to be trying to observe righteousness until the end. Actually doing those things that are pleasing to the Lord, and not looking for chastisement. Not looking to offend the Lord in any way. Even though we know that we can't keep the law in the most perfect way. You're supposed to actually be trying your best to uphold these things that are pleasing to the Lord. Right? It have a scripture, something like that. That is Ecclesiasticus. I think it's 12:10. No, I think it's 12:6. Right. Ecclesiasticus 12 verse 6 it says, for the Most High hated sinners. Right? And will repay vengeance unto the ungodly. And no, that is not the one I'm looking for. Salakia. Just now. And if it's 15, it's 15 in Ecclesiasticus 15. It was 15:13. Say the Lord, say for the Lord hated all abomination, and they that fear power love it not. You understand? Because the men of the Lord, as how the scriptures talk about it, say it is so that the servant should be as his Lord. So if the Lord hates wickedness, you're supposed to not delight in it. You understand? You're supposed to always try to uphold and do righteousness. Because that's your job as a servant, to please your master. That's always a servant's job, to please their master. So there's Deuteronomy 4 verse 40. It said, Thou shalt keep therefore his statutes and his commandments, which I command thee this day, that it may go well with thee. And that is what it is we're trying to do in this truth right now, to keep all these things to the best of your ability and have faith. You understand? And wait patiently, the scriptures talk about, that it might go well with us in the latter times. And actually try not to be doing things that not convenient, that not convenient for yourself, to actually how you're going astray or doing or getting caught up in things that you shouldn't. I'll read it over. It say, Thou shalt keep therefore his statutes and his commandments, which I command thee this day, that it may go well with thee and with thy children after thee, and that thou mayest prolong thy days upon the earth, which the Lord thy power giveth thee forever. Now we know there's one of the original promises that was given to us, and we still, up to this day, working towards that to receive it on the other side. Because it's only the elect, you understand, only 144 and the 1 2 will actually try to keep these things for they to be able to inherit what they have to receive on the other side. Which goes back to the title of the video. Just try to, don't look for chastisement. Don't be doing things that you're not supposed to be doing, knowing the truth. Scriptures talk about having no sacrifice for sin. Right? Now, like I say, we wouldn't be able to keep the law in the most perfect way. That's what 2 verse. It's First Peter or Second Peter? Second Peter. I feel it's Second Peter. Says Second Peter 2, stuff on 20. It say, For if after they have escaped the pollutions of the world to the knowledge of the Lord and Savior Yahushua Mashiach, they are again entangled therein and overcome, it say the latter end is worse with them than the beginning. And that goes back to what Matthew, where they talk about the swept and garnish. You understand? Because you're supposed to be, when you learn the truth, you're supposed to actually be keeping in those things, so that you wouldn't, because it will have a worse punishment for those that know than for those that didn't know and understand. It says, For it had been better for them to not have known the way of righteousness, than after they have known it, to turn from the holy commandment delivered unto them. So we're supposed to be keeping these things as it was given unto us, right? Keeping them according to as you were taught, not just learning it and then going about fulfilling it your own way, but following it according to the statutes. That's what scriptures talk about in the apostles' doctrine, to follow it how it is you're actually taught to follow it. Really and truly, because, like I said, have a worse punishment for those who know the correct thing and don't follow it. So you're supposed to be doing what you're supposed to do to avoid that chastisement. Because the scriptures say, who the Lord loveth, he corrected. So if you want to be rebellious, it's obvious things will be very difficult for you in the truth. You understand? And you're already supposed to go through affliction while in the truth. You shouldn't be looking forward to more affliction by being rebellious or by doing things that you're not supposed to be doing. You know? And I hope it was edifying. And with that, I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rachakodash, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone and Ruel, and peace and salutation to the Akim around the world that pushes truth and sincerity. Akim Shalom.